Okay, good morning all of you. We are discussing about the vapor pressure. So what are the factors effects on vapor pressure we are discussing? See the factors effects on vapor pressure. To discuss this vapor pressure, so already yesterday we learned what are the meaning of vapor pressure and everything. We'll see what are the meaning of boiling point. Based on vapor pressure only they are telling a boiling point BP. Yes. So first of all, what is the meaning of vapor pressure? If you take any liquid at a particular temperature, so first of all liquid converting into gas called as a evaporation. Again the gas molecule reconverting into liquid called as a condensation. So both evaporation and condensation will be going on at a particular state. The rate of evaporation is equals to rate of condensation. Then created pressure by gases on the surface of the liquid is calling as a vapor pressure. So boiling point means from there only they taken actually definition. Generally we are telling boiling point means is a temperature at which liquid is converting into gas is calling as a boiling point. But what happening according to science over there? For example, you take one liquid you take. So whatever liquid, for example, I am taking water, I am taking. Yes, now you keep on heating. So initially it is present in the liquid. Now what happening? Slowly the water particles are converting into gas and those gases creating pressure. So automatically those gas particles are creating pressure. That is only nothing but vapor pressure. So vapor pressure of a liquid is equals to atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. So vapor pressure of a liquid is equals to atmospheric pressure means how much? 1 atmospheric pressure. At which temperature vapor pressure of a liquid is equals to atmospheric pressure? Spontaneously or immediately all liquid particles are converting into gas particle. That only we are calling as a boiling point of the liquid. So this situation is happening in case of water at where 100 degrees Celsius temperature. When you taken at 100 degrees Celsius temperature, the vapor pressure of a water is equals to atmospheric pressure. So the liquid water converting into gaseous phase, thus calling as a boiling point of the water. Boiling point is defined as the temperature where the vapor pressure of a liquid is equals to atmospheric pressure. This vapor pressure is depending upon which one? Some factors will be there, already written yesterday. The first one is nothing but a force of attraction between the particles. Force of attraction between the molecules. Yes. Under force of attraction, I will tell you two cases. First case, for example, you have a liquid. In that force of attraction between molecules is high. Force of attraction between molecules is high. Force of attraction between the molecules is high means evaporation tendency will be more or less. More force of attraction, thus by difficult to converting into gas means less tendency for evaporation. So less tendency for evaporation means less amount of the gases will be there. Automatically what happening? Vapor pressure of that liquid will be low. Vapor pressure is low means to reach atmospheric pressure requires more temperature or high temperature. As actually creating very low pressure, but to reach atmospheric pressure required temperature will be high. Means boiling point of such liquid will be high. If boiling point is high, they are calling as non-volatile liquids. What is the meaning of volatile? Easily converting into gas. They are not easily converting into gas means they are calling as non-volatile liquids. Just once again you see, use a liquid. In that liquid force of attraction between the molecules is high. Because of more force of attraction, rate of evaporation will be less. Automatically vapor pressure of that liquid will be low, but to boil it required temperature will be high. That will have written boiling point of liquid is high, thus calling as non-volatile liquid. Can I give you example? Is nothing but mercury, Hg. So in S is a mercury is a liquid metal. Actually here in between that one, which bond is there? Metallic bond is there. Metallic bond is a very strong bond, that's why is a very low volatile or non-volatile liquid. Under this I will tell you second case, you see carefully. For example, you have a liquid in that force of attraction between molecules is low. Force of attraction will be low means more tendency for evaporation. More tendency for evaporation means what happening? More particles are converting to gas, then vapor pressure will be high. Vapor pressure is high. Vapor pressure is high means basically there are more particles are converting into gases, then creating pressure is easily reach atmospheric pressure. Automatically boiling point we can tell low. Boiling point is low, they are calling as volatile liquids. Can I give some example? Is nothing but ethers and as well as alkanes. You can take like butane, propane, like that, and as well as ethers. Yes, these all will under comes which category? Volatile liquids. Volatile liquid means is nothing but a liquid in that force of attraction between the molecules is less. Force of attraction will be less means the molecules easily converting into gases. That is calling as more tendency for evaporation. More tendency for evaporation means more amount of the gases is there. More amount of the gases is there, more vapor pressure is there. More vapor pressure possible at low temperature. Thus is calling as boiling point is low. The liquid which are having low boiling point, they are calling as volatile liquids. Best example, alkanes as well as ethers. And now we are discussing about the second factor is nothing but temperature. How temperature affect the vapor pressure? For example, you taken one container at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Yes, you have a liquid. Vapor pressure will be what happening? So means for example 2 atmospheric pressure is there. But if you take the same liquid at somewhat high temperature like 50 degrees Celsius temperature, created vapor pressure is more. Why? More temperature, more liquid converting into gas, more gas is there, more vapor pressure is there. That's why we can tell here vapor pressure is like 5 atmospheres. What we can tell? As the temperature is rising, the attraction between the gas liquid molecule is decreasing, means kinetic energy is increasing. Kinetic energy is increasing, rate of evaporation is increasing. Rate of evaporation is increasing, vapors increasing, vapor pressure increasing. That's why the temperature is directly proportional to vapor pressures of the liquids. Did you got my point, all of you? Yes. Now we are discussing about the one more important definition is nothing but surface tension. Yesterday we are written some examples or some characteristics of the liquids like vapor pressure, surface tension and viscosity. It's a very simple and nice concept. What is the meaning of surface tension? So for example, you take one bulk liquid, you can take them. Observe very carefully. You take one liquid, yes, you are taking a liquid. Understand concept carefully. Actually, than chemistry in physics, you are discussing brief this one. You take a molecule from this is actually liquid. Actually, this is surface. Now I am taking a molecule of liquid from its inside or bulk. This liquid molecule having force of attraction in all sides. These all force of attraction is surrounded or balanced by attractive means surrounding molecules. So if you take a liquid particle from the bulk, hence force of attraction in all sides, the force of attraction is balanced by neighbors or surrounding molecules. The net force on this molecule will be 0. Nothing is there. But you take a molecule at surface. That is only we are discussing the tension at surface. That's why it's calling as a surface tension. Means what happening? You take this molecule like this will be like this, and this will be like this. Now what happening? This is some molecule will be there, some molecule will be there, some molecule will be there. Finally, this surface liquid molecule is pulled up or pulled into the liquid. Pulled into the liquid. Whatever surface molecule will be there, is that surface molecule having some unbalanced force of attraction. Why? Because here no one is pulling. Finally, the resultant force is downwards. Okay, such a surface molecule are creating some force in a perpendicular direction on its previous layer. Such phenomena is calling as surface tension. So 2 points you have to learn. If you take a liquid particle from the bulk, has force of attraction balanced by neighbors, net force on the molecule is 0. Okay, no resultant force on this molecule. But if you take the molecule on its surface, so the surface means the area or the molecule which contact with air, there is no force of attraction. Actually what happening, the resultant force on the surface molecule is pulled into the liquid. Then what happening, the surface molecule is moving downwards, means the surface molecule is creating some force in a perpendicular direction on its previous layer. Such force only we are calling as a surface tension. That all I am writing here. Surface tension means force exerted in perpendicular direction by surface molecule on its below layer or on its previous layer, or below layer. Yes, means whatever surface molecule is there that will be pulled into the liquid, then they are creating some force in a perpendicular direction on its previous layer, is calling as a surface tension. So this surface tension is directly proportional to force of attraction between the molecules. So now what I am doing, temperature is rising. As the temperature is rising, what happening anybody? As the temperature is rising, whatever force of attraction between the molecule is decreasing. As the force of attraction decreasing, surface tension will be also going on decreasing. That's why the surface tension is yes, write down, otherwise explain. As this temperature is rising, force of attraction decreasing. As the force of attraction decreasing, surface tension is also decreasing. So surface tension is decreasing. So what the relation here? Surface tension is inversely proportional to temperature. Is a good question. So what is the meaning of surface tension? The force exerted by a force exerted in perpendicular direction by surface molecule on its previous layer or previous layer is calling as a surface tension. The surface tension is directly proportional to force of attraction but inversely proportional to temperature. Now we will see third thing is nothing but viscosity. The very important concept, observe very carefully. What is the meaning of viscosity? How can you understand? Okay, just I will explain. This is also special property of the liquid. Now I am taking the floor. On the floor I am falling oil. On the same floor I am falling water. I am falling. So which both are liquid, but which liquid moves much distance? Yes, you take oil, cooking oil or coconut oil, thrown on the floor, and same you take water and thrown on the floor. Which liquid move fast? So water moves fast. But oil moves slowly. What is the reason behind it? So whenever you thrown oil on the floor, oil is a liquid. Liquid means it's like a layers. So now between the oil and floor, more force of attraction is there. More force of attraction means force of attraction is high between oil and floor means what happening, this force of attraction is opposes the flow of liquid on other surface. That only we are calling as viscosity is high. but here force of attraction is less between water and floor. Force of attraction is less, that's why what happening, freely moving means viscosity will be low. Yes or no? Yes, that's why we can tell water is the less viscous liquid and oil is the more viscous liquid. This fast moving, slow moving, this all will be depending upon force of attraction which is operating between liquid and floor. That opposing force only we are calling as a viscosity. I will write the definition here, see carefully. Viscosity means is nothing but force which opposes flow of liquid on others surface. The force which opposes a flow of liquid on the other surface is calling as a viscosity. More force of attraction, less moving, more viscosity. So now this concept we are studying in some special way. If you take for example floor, I am taking here, observe carefully. This is the floor or ground. On it liquid will be there. Liquid I am imagining like a layers, is the top layer and middle layer and down layer. Okay, observe very carefully. If you take the middle layer, for example, traveling with some speed v, these layers are separated by distance is dx. Somewhat distance gap is there, that is nothing but dx. Okay, now my question, compare, this is the floor, this is the middle layer, top layer, down layer. Middle layer is moving with some velocity v. Compare with this middle layer, this bottom layer will be moves fast or slow? Slow. Why? This is very close to the ground. Very close to the ground means very more force of attraction. Very more force of attraction means so much force is opposing the movement. Opposing the movement means velocity will be less. That's why we are getting less velocity v minus dv. Now compare with this the middle layer, this upper layer is away from this ground. That's why less force of attraction. Less force of attraction means velocity will be high. That's why we are getting somewhat more velocity will be here, v plus dv. This concept is calling as laminar flow. This concept is calling as a laminar flow. Means what is the meaning? So the gap between the surface and layer will be going on increasing, velocity will be increasing. So gap between layers and surface, gap between layer and surface is inversely proportional to force of attraction. Yes, here less gap, more force of attraction. More gap, less force of attraction. That will I told, gap between layer and surface is inversely proportional to force of attraction. So inversely proportional to force of attraction means what happening? Viscosity will be decreasing. So that's why. So more force between the layer, more gap is there. More gap is there means less force of attraction. Less force of attraction means high viscosity. That's why what we can tell, viscosity is also directly proportional to force of attraction. So that's why what we can tell, viscosity is directly proportional to force of attraction. So more force of attraction, more viscous liquid. That's why what we can tell. So from this we can tell gap between layer and surface is inversely proportional to force of attraction and inversely proportional to which one? Viscosity. So also we can write it as 1 by viscosity can be written. So now my question, yes, if we can take force of attraction between these two, the force of attraction between layer and surface is directly proportional to area of the two bodies. That's why we are writing a force of attraction between layer and surface is directly proportional to area of the two bodies and is directly proportional to dv by dx. The dv by dx only we are calling as velocity gradient. So finally we can tell force of attraction between layer and surface, F is directly proportional to area into dv by dx. dv by dx is calling as velocity gradient. F is equals to eta into a into dv by dx. A means area, and area can be denoted by capital A. Force of attraction denoted by F. This is calling as a eta. So F is the force of attraction between the layers and surface, is directly proportional to contact area and directly proportional to velocity gradient. From there we are getting viscosity coefficient. It is calling as eta. Eta is nothing but viscosity coefficient. Viscosity coefficient. Same thing can we explain? Yes, generally force of attraction is inversely proportional to temperature. So force of attraction is inversely proportional to means force of attraction directly proportional to viscosity. So viscosity is directly proportional to force of attraction but inversely proportional to temperature. Yes, as the temperature is rising, what happening? The force of attraction between the two surfaces or two layers will be decreasing, because supplied energy taken by the molecule and raise its kinetic energy automatically freely moving. Freely moving means force of attraction will be less. Freely moving means is nothing but viscosity will be less. More force of attraction, more viscosity. Less force of attraction, less viscosity. So high temperature, less viscosity. Low temperature, high viscosity. Are you understanding or no? This is the important things we have to discuss. All of you understood? Yes. Now we are going to discuss what is the meaning of surface tension. Yes, actually if you take any liquid, in the liquid we have to imagine surface molecule. The surface molecule has some unbalanced force of attraction. Okay, means that molecule is pulled into the liquid with interior molecule. Then the surface molecule create some force or exert some force in a perpendicular direction on its previous layer. The surface tension is directly proportional to force of attraction but inversely proportional to temperature. So like that, viscosity. Viscosity means what? Is also force of attraction, force which opposes a momentum of a liquid particle on other surface is calling as a viscosity. Is also same thing. Viscosity is directly proportional to force of attraction and inversely proportional to temperature. Now we are discussing some important with this concept. Whole states of matter is over. Now we will see whole concept once we will revise. So all gases laws. You see carefully like a chart I will tell. First one, Boyle's law. Boyle's law. Under Boyle's law, what should maintain constant? Temperature is constant. Under temperature constant, what we are getting? Volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure. From this, what you are telling? PV is equals to constant. At two different condition, what you are getting? P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. The graphs which will be studied at a constant temperature is calling as isotherms. Isotherms. Yes. Next, second one we are discussing is nothing but Charles law. Charles law. Under Charles law, what you are maintaining constant? Pressure constant. Pressure constant means what you are getting? Volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Then what you are getting? V by T is equals to constant. V by T is equals to constant at two conditions. V1 by T1 is equals to V2 by T2. If pressure is constant, they are calling as isobars. Isobars. And next we will see third one is nothing but Boyle's law, Charles law and Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac's law. What is the Gay-Lussac's law? Volume is maintaining a constant. At volume constant, what happening? Pressure of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Then what we are getting? P by T is equals to constant. At a two condition, P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2. We are calling the graphs as isocores. And next we are discussing about the Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. Under Avogadro's law, what you are maintaining constant? Temperature and pressure constant. Under same temperature and pressure, volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles or molecules. Then we are getting V by N is equals to constant. At two condition, what you are getting, V1 by N1 is equals to V2 by N2, volumes, and N1 N2 are moles or molecules. And next we are discussing about the Graham's law. Graham's law. Under Graham's law, so what is the condition? At same temperature and pressure, temperature and pressure is remaining constant. Then rate or speed of spreading of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of density of the gas. Okay, then we taken what we are getting, R is equals to some constant into square root of D. So can we take two things, R1 by R2 is equals to under square root of D2 by D1. We did so many formulas here. I will write R1 by R2 is equals to under square root of D2 by D1. Density directly proportional to molecular mass of second gas by molecular mass of first gas. So molecular mass is directly proportional to vapor density, because molecular mass is equals to 2 into vapor density of the second gas by vapor density of the first gas. Okay, now we can tell some other things. If the two gases are occupying same volume, V1 is equals to V2, then what you are getting? T2 by T1 is equals to under square root of M2 by M1. M2 by M1. You are getting same thing. Otherwise you are getting, so volumes are different, time is same, then you are getting V1 by V2 when time is same. This is when volume is same. Still we can get it. R1 by R2 is equals to P1 into P1 by P2 into square root of M2 by M1. Temperature, square root of T1 into M2 by T2 into M1. T1, T2 and M1, M2 so are temperatures and molecular masses of gas 1 and gas 2. Later we are discussing some other things, is nothing but ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. What is the ideal gas equation? PV is equals to nRT. From all gas laws we did have pressure, volume, number of moles, universal gas constant and temperature. Gas constant values are different for different units of pressure and volume terms. Okay, mostly using R values is nothing but 0.0821 liter atmosphere, Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. And mostly using R value 8.314 joule, Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. And R value in calories 1.987, approximately we are taking as a 2 calories, Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. If you take same thing, we are getting combined gas equation. Combined gas equation. What is the combined gas equation? P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2 will be coming. It's calling as a combined gas equation. And after that we did Dalton's law of partial pressure. Dalton's law. What are the Dalton's law condition among all of you? So Dalton's law is applicable for the non-reacting gases mixture. The gases should not be combined at that condition. Then only the law will be applicable. For example, nitrogen, oxygen, or oxygen and CO gas, and we can take hydrogen, helium and oxygen, neon. Like that, if we can take a non-reacting gases composition, then total pressure of a gaseous non-reacting mixture is equals to sum of the partial pressures of all the gases in it. PA, partial pressure of a gas. What is the meaning of partial pressure? Pressure exerted by that gas when you taken in a container as like mixer. A mixer you are taking in V liter container, A gas is also has to be taken in A liter container, then creating pressure is calling as partial pressure. I told already partial pressure is equals to mole fraction into total pressure. Partial pressure of B gas is equals to mole fraction into total pressure. From this we got it. So if you can add Pa plus Pb, Ka plus Kb into total pressure. Ka plus Kb means sum of the mole fractions of all the component in every solution is equals to 1. Did you got my point or no? Yes, later we will see what are the KMT. What is the meaning of KMT? Kinetic molecular theory of gases. What is the kinetic molecular theory of gases?